Welcome to WinAirvideo. You're looking at one of the biggest road construction projects in Windsor's history. The brand new Banwell Road and EC Road Expressway Overpass and Interchange. This multi-year, more than $110 million build is reshaping how the entire east end of the city is going to move. In this April 2026 WinAirvideo update, we'll look at the latest progress on the overpass itself, what's happening on Banwell Road north and south of EC Row, how the recent overnight closures played out, and what comes next as work ramps up through the spring. We'll also talk about the strange-looking foam block fill on the approaches, what it does, and why you're seeing it more often on big interchange projects like this. This interchange is being built to handle the boom around the Nexstar battery plant and the future Tecumseh Hamlet development, while tying into the county's improvements further south of Banwell. When it's done, we'll have a full overpass, ramps, wider Banwell Road, and new multi-use trails, new storm and water infrastructure, and a safer, faster connection across the east side. If you like these local infrastructure updates and want to keep up with every phase of the Banwell and EC Row overpass, take a second right now to hit that subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next drone flyover. This channel follows the full build, from girders and foam block to fill and final paving, plus other Windsor Essex projects all year long. The Banwell EC Row project is split into two main components: the new overpass and interchange at EC Row, and the corridor widening along Banwell down toward the CP rail and the county line. GIP Paving Inc. is the general contractor on the job, with Dillon Consulting Limited working as the city's consultant, coordinating design and construction. On the structural side, the big milestone this spring has been the installation of the bridge girders over the Expressway, which required overnight closures of eastbound EC Row at Banwell and special noise bylaw exemptions to get the work done safely. Council approved late-night construction so crews could lift and set the girders between roughly 8 p.m. and 6 a.m., minimizing daytime traffic disruption, but creating a short burst of noise for nearby residents. At ground level on Banwell, you're seeing lane reductions north and south of EC Row as crews shift into the next phase of corridor work. One lane remains open in each direction while they rebuild the road base, relocate utilities, and prep for the wider 6-lane urban cross-section that will serve the interchange and future development zones. Along the approaches to the overpass, you'll notice large white blocks stacked up where you'd normally expect to see only earth fill. This is lightweight foam block, often made from expanded polystyrene, or EPS. Instead of building the approach embankments entirely out of heavy soil, engineers use foam blocks to reduce the load on the underlying ground and any buried surfaces. Foam block fill is much lighter than traditional granular material, which helps control settlement, prevents excessive pressure on retaining walls or culverts, and reduces long-term maintenance issues on the bridge approach slabs. It also speeds up construction. Blocks arrive pre-formed and can be stacked quickly in layers, and are then capped with conventional road base and pavement to create a stable driving surface. On a project of this size, with new water mains, storm sewers, and deep services running through a constrained corridor, using foam blocks is a smart way to build up elevation without overstressing the subsurface or having to wait months for heavy fill to settle. You'll often see this technique on interchanges near sensitive soils or where designers want to keep the loads low on structures and utilities, like the Gordie Howe Bridge, and Banwell at EC Row is a textbook example. Officially, the Banwell Road and EC Row Interchange and Corridor Improvements project is budgeted at roughly $110 to about $120 million, making it one of Windsor's largest infrastructure investments. The city has secured about $68.8 million in provincial funding through the Government of Ontario and the Ministry of Transportation, with additional provincial contributions cited towards the interchange itself. Public documents and media coverage so far have not flagged any formal over-budget declaration on the project. Instead, the focus has been on managing traffic impacts, overnight construction noise, and keeping to a timeline that stretches into 2027 for the interchange and around 2028 for the broader Banwell corridor work. Residents have raised concerns about congestion, crashes, and detours during the past phases, which triggered police advisories and council debates about noise exemptions. But the project itself continues to move forward as a key piece of long-term East Side growth planning. Because this city-led project, with a prime contractor and consultant already named, any additional subcontractors on site for electrical foundations, traffic signals, or landscaping typically work under GIP paving rather than through separate public contracts. Detailed numbers like the exact count of workers on site on any given day are not published, but with bridge, road, utility, and traffic control crews all active, you can expect a rotating team that scales up during major operations, like girder lifts and lane reconstruction. Looking ahead through the rest of the spring and into summer, expect continued lane reductions on Banwell as they build out the widened cross-section, complete underground services, and start forming the permanent road base that will tie into the new ramps. On the structure, crews will move from girders to deck work, installing formwork, placing rebar, and pouring the concrete deck that will eventually carry Banwell traffic over EC Row. As the interchange takes shape, the city will keep issuing updates about detours, night work, and upcoming closures, especially when operations need additional noise exemptions or short-term expressway shutdowns for safety. All of this is geared towards delivering a safer, more efficient connection for commuters heading to and from East Windsor, Tecumseh, and the growing industrial areas around the next star plant. Stick around on WinAirvideo for future drone flights over the site as the deck pours, foam block approaches get buried and paved, and the new ramps and multi-use trails start to look like the final interchange. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Has the construction changed your commute, and are you looking forward to driving over this new overpass once it opens? Like and subscribe, share, and hype this video to keep this content coming. This is Bob Jones, and I will see you in the next video.